It is fairly early in the morning. Cars are still frosty. There's people starting them and scraping off their windshields, getting ready for work because she's right around 0 degrees Celsius, which is like 32 or whatever for my friends south of the border. So this guy, the Atlas, I was playing with it the other day, yesterday, and I blew the servo in it. No fault of the Atlas itself. Okay, I'm going to start that again because it was just rambling. Shocker, I know. So I was out playing with this guy, got her nice and dirty, and I blew the servo in it. No fault of the truck at all. It was completely my fault. So what I did was I put in the FXR out of that pawn shop truck I found. Works great in that sense. It might need a program because I think I got double tap where I don't want double tap. But I had to put a receiver in, so I went with the old Fly Sky. No problem. Works great still. I didn't set my endpoints, so I started messing around. No, when I was messing around with the truck, I blew the servo. So yeah, no fault of the truck or the servo. It was a super fast servo. Let's see if I can make her show you what I did, because I think it's not making grinding noises, but the electrical is definitely different than it used to sound, and it browns out the truck now and then. And it's running a 2-cell LiPo on an FXR, so I think there's zero reason why the servo should be browning out unless it's messed up, right? Well, the truck's nice and quiet now, by the way. Silent. There's the truck right beside the microphone now. All you can hear is gears roll. No electrical noise at all, which is fantastic. Well, okay, now I'm confused. Okay, hold on, give me a minute. I gotta look at this now. I'm beginning to think I may have to admit to the possibility where this is one of those driver error doubles. So, well, at this point, I gotta say, it was an unplug replug. Like, I was with a friend, and it was embarrassing because it was like, oh shit, I had only started driving it, and now it just seems happy-go-lucky. Well, hold on, I guess I'm gonna set up a quick course. So I'm just getting ready to set up my cones. I just got a couple pieces laid out. It's basically for just a test on the front end of the unit, but there's no better way to do it other than the course. So normally those are the sticks that Austin and I use because he's been the only guy coming over to hang out for this stuff right now because not a lot of guys are into these yet. I'm hoping to get Brad over here one day. It'll happen. Course inspector's on the way. How's it going? Hi. You being good? You gonna sit down? Stay a while. Hang out. Would you like a coffee? Yeah, right. No coffee for you. No coffee for you. Okay, I got distracted. So when it comes to the Atlas, I'm going to go with the 7-inch just because because this is just the test on the servo, right? I said that probably already. That's okay. So underneath these pieces, to try and help them stop from moving, I got some rubber matting. I got an old desk given to me a while back. That's the stuff that goes inside the desk to stop stuff from sliding around when you open and close your drawers. So now it's underneath a couple of pieces that were moving around on me, so hopefully that helps out. Okay, time to lay some cones. All right, I got everything set up. Oh, and there's a hair on my nose. There. Oh, that was bad. All right, so I'm just getting set, or I got set up now. I got the cones ready to go. It's just a small course. I just got 7 cones set up because I was thinking it's mainly a servo test. I do have to stretch the springs in the thing, in the front. You know what, I'm going to do that first. I guess with the new electronics in the thing, it really doesn't want to spring back anymore. This is what I'm talking about, the problem I got now, because it'll go down. That's how much clearance it'll go up, and yeah, it just drops down. I don't even have to push it. The back ain't so bad. It's got enough that it still springs back a bit, and that's all I really need, because it's going to articulate its way through stuff and hopefully get traction where it needs to be. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm going to take the front springs off and overstretch them. I might as well show you how I do that. Or I'll show you the before and after anyways. Well, here's a little piece of interesting for you. I don't know if you guys can see it. There is a small difference. I'm trying to get the best light I can, of course, but there's a small difference between those 2 springs. See the one on the right? It's just slightly thinner. That's the stock one that just came off the Atlas. And as I was looking at my tools, and I just remembered, hey, there's an extra bag of shocks or springs for something. So I grabbed this other bag, and it just says hard on it. And yeah, the spring looks like it's the exact one for the FMS, because I got a bunch of scales or micro stuff at the same time, so I forgot which bag of parts was for what. Really got to go through it. But that is significantly stiffer than the stock one that was on the truck. So I don't know if I should put them both on, because I've done crazy stuff like that before, but then you have a problem with binding and things like that. So I'm going to grab the hard one and just stretch it a bit here. Way out there. Oh yeah, I felt that. That's what we're talking about. Look at that. So I'm going to put that sucker in there now. The front may have no flex at all damn near, but I'm mostly okay with that. But if I've overdone it, I got 6 more. Okay, I've changed my mind just as more of a natural progression. I'm just going to grab one of the other ones. So I grabbed the hard one, I stretched it, threw it off to the side so I don't get it mixed up. But it's 2 coils longer now than the other ones. But I'm actually just going to go with those just to see how much of a difference it makes, because it's only 2 or 3 screws. I had to take the lid off. I disconnected the shock from the top with 1 Phillips screw, and then disconnected the shock body from the shock shaft, just because it was easier to do it that way, because the bottom, the 2 pieces are together, and I did have this taken out, but when I went to try and pop this off, because it just pops on and off like a link end or a rod end, it started flexing the rod a lot, and the axle was actually making little creaking noises. I'm like, screw it, I'll just disassemble it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, I just took the screws out and did it that way, so it should go back together, no problem. All right, good news. The hard springs that come with it, no problem picking it back up. Excellent. And you know what? I'm pretty excited because it dawned on me while I was changing out the springs, or a minute before. It doesn't matter what. I'm going to babble all over. I should be able to get the camera nice and close now because I have a quality ESC in there. There's no squeal, so I should be able to get nice and tight. I'm going to give the tires a quick cleaning because I'm just noticing now they're still filthy from running it in some mud. So I don't want to get dirt all over the course, and I would like to get decent amount of traction. So I'm going to clean the tires and I'm going to rip it nice and tight. All right, still no lights yet. I'm going to go down and see Rookie. He'll get me hooked up. Look at the stance on that thing now. Isn't that just awesome? All right, see how well I can film this driving one end. Torque twister. Come on. Oh. Love this thing. I'm catching that cone. Well, yeah, I was catching that cone. Ah, well. Ah! Oh, that was terrible. You moved the course, baby. Yeah, you don't care at all, do you? You won't go to your toe. Ready. She's like, I don't have to care, Dad. I'm too pretty. Yeah, you're probably right. That was awesome. Oh, smoke another cone. Lap 2. That was too easy. This thing's so great. Oh, that FXR makes it so nice to drive, guys. And it's the right size, too. Roads? Where I'm going, I don't need roads. What'd you think? Well, I can't say enough good things about it. It's my fault. The servo's fine. I'm so happy about it. I had to set the limit way down, so maybe I definitely did go outside the range of the servo. Like I was trying to go further and it was maxed out. Geez, I got something in my eye. The limitation on the the endpoint on the remote was set to about 110% left and like 115 right. And the receiver that I put in was out of the bat wraith, and it's got upgraded front end parts, so it could swing wide. It's probably why. And I think it just browned out the system, and all I had to do was unplug, replug, and I think it would have been just fine. Because yeah, there was zero issues driving it around. It drove great, and I'm so glad I put those harder springs in the front. It lifted the front end up, so it looked better, like it looked meaner. Approach angle was clearly increased. I might put the harder springs in the rest of the truck just to give it a little more clearance. The front diff hung me up more than anything else. I doubt if there's a skid plate, but maybe there's a diff option for this thing to get maybe a worm gear in there that'll make it with the same gear ratio as the ring gear, which will give me a better clearance, but that could be just crazy talk. But yeah, I think I need to get this thing back out on the trail. It's supposed to snow either today or tomorrow, so next time I go out with the boys, which today's Friday, so tonight we'll be Rookie and those guys hanging out at his place. Maybe I'll go pay him a visit. It did roll over a lot, and it is kind of it did roll over a lot on me, and it is kind of heavy. The lights will get fixed because they're Rookie. I was okay with the traction. I might throw one harder spring just back here on this one tire because that's the one that does the torque twist when it's in the air. And then I do have the extra battery in the back here. I think I'm going to lose that. That probably was doing me no favors for the CG, so I'll get that out of there. But yeah, totally worth it, guys. I love the FMS Atlas. It's a great little truck. Some inexpensive upgrades. And again, there's bead locks in there, so I could unlock or open up the rear tires and add a little bit of weight to all four of them to give me a little more stability as well. But then you got adding rotating mass. So maybe diff covers, steel drive shafts, steel links, something like that, just to give it a little better CG and lose some top weight somehow, maybe. But yeah, great trucks. Great trucks. Love them. All right, thanks for watching.